E te iwi, kua tai mai te wā, māranga mai, māranga mai, māranga mai. Whakarongo mai ki te reo, ngā rangatira. O ngā tangata o tēnei whenua kua tūraka ana I raro I te taumaha o ngā āhuatanga o te wā. Ko mātou nei he tangata tāke o tēnei whenua. Ko mātou nei ngā tamarikinanga atua. Ko mātou anō he tūhangana kui mana koroma. Ko mātou anō he kaitiaki mā ngā tamariki mokopuna. Mai te tipua, mai te tāpito I kōnei mātou. Taino atu hoki ki te mutunga o te ao. Ka tū tonu mai mātou. Ake, ake, ake tonu e. To the people, the time has arrived. Wake up, arise. Listen to the words, to the language of the chiefs. To the people of this land who are standing strong despite the heavy circumstances of this time. We are the indigenous people of this land. We are the children of the gods. We are the descendants of our ancestors, and we are the guardians of our descendants. Since the time of the ghosts from the distant past, we have been here. Right up until the end of time, we will remain standing forever and ever. To face the future, we must look to the past. And here is my whānau story. 1st of December, 1941, to Mrs. A. Thompson, Ohinemutu. Much regret to inform you that your son, 26059 Private Richard Thompson, has been reported wounded. The Prime Minister desires me to convey to you, on behalf of the government, his sincere wishes for a speedy recovery. F. Jones, Minister of Defence. 27th of January 1942 to Mrs. A. Thompson, Ohinemutu. Dearest Mother, by gosh, there were a lot of misses up here. I've never seen so many arms and legs off in all my life, men ruined for life. So I ask you, is that the price of citizenship? This is my koro, Richard Aotearoa Thompson, and at the tender age of 16, he enlisted into the 28th Māori Battalion. For the 6 years he was in service, he wrote and received over 100 letters. I have read you part of two. 2 letters which paint you a picture of the determination, of the struggle, of the blood, the sweat, and the tears my koro went through fighting for his country. For Māori, the Second World War was seen as their price of citizenship. How awful is that? Having to prove in such a drastic way that you belong in your own country? Our young men who fought in the Māori Battalion risked their lives and in some cases lost their lives for Aotearoa. Why? Why did they fight for a country who wouldn't fight for them? While leaders such as Sir Apirana Ngata stressed the price of citizenship line, ultimately, many Māori enlisted for a mixture of reasons. To escape poverty was a big one, but to break out from life in the back blocks. As British subjects, Māori would then go on to serve in the defence of the empire. Te Puiaherangi questioned why Māori should fight for an empire that had within living memory invaded and occupied their lands. But as it turned out, the war was the first time Māori and Pākehā worked alongside each other for a common cause. Race and culture didn't matter, as they were fighting for the same thing. The common purpose was peace and unity. It could be said that this was a clear demonstration of Māori's commitment to the principles of the Treaty of Waitangi, namely partnership, participation and protection. For those of our men that were lucky enough to return home like my koro, they were not the same men they left as. Many came back suffering from various undiagnosed mental illnesses, alcoholism and violence. Today, many generations later, Māori is still affected by the impact that the war had on its returning soldiers. The ripple effect of the war was vast and long-lasting. The price of citizenship. So how might we commemorate events in our past in a way that helps bring about justice and unity to today? Well, from the perspective of our war, we have Anzac Day. And it is important that the younger generation never forgets what our ancestors did to fight for a free world. Our generation is facing a different type of war. The war of racism, terrorism, and worldwide pandemics. As a country and a nation, even more so than ever, we must unite together to overcome these challenges, irrespective of our race, gender, religion and beliefs. He waka eke noa, we are all in this together. 17th of May, 2020, to Richard Aotearoa Thompson. Dear Koro, this is my letter to you. Thank you for the sacrifice you made to make our world a better place. You saw the war as your big adventure, but you had no idea what horrors you were going to face, nor the physical and emotional impacts it would bring. As a 16-year-old boy, you chose to travel to a foreign country to fight in a war. Unbelievably, this was the first time you were considered an equal, alongside Pākehā. When you returned, you were still treated as a second-class citizen. You couldn't even access the same healthcare and support as Pākehā. You and your whānau lived with the effects of the war for the rest of your life. My mum, your daughter, has taken a different path of service, supporting our people, communities and country as you did. She continues to break down barriers, being a leader in a challenging but rewarding organisation. She has always been the only female, the only Māori, the only Māori female. She has always been a minority voice in her workplace. Mum has spent many years serving and advocating for our Māori, Pacifica and ethnic communities. She works relentlessly to provide opportunities for minorities to thrive. She has worked tirelessly in service, and like your journey, Koro, there has been an impact on our whānau, the price of citizenship. Koro, I am our future. I will continue the journey you didn't even know you started by commemorating and advocating for unity and for peace. My journey of leadership and service has already begun. I am a kaitiaki leader for the Tawa Schools cluster, demonstrating to our younger Māori students the importance of fighting for their rights, the importance of their culture, and showing them how to use their voice to then become the next leaders, the next people of influence to help guide the future generations. I founded Te Manatai Ao Climate Change Awareness Group. To do this, I was successful in advocating for change with my school's leaders. I'm involved with Amnesty International, working alongside other amazing students who use their voice and influence to fight for the rights of others whose voices cannot be heard. Koro, I will not stop in my journey of advocacy. Ko taku tūmanako, my hope. My hope for the future is that no one living in Aotearoa should ever have to pay a price for citizenship like you did. This can be achieved if we all look to our past and the learnings of our tipuna, our ancestors, to ensure a future where racial prejudice is eradicated. Thank you, Koro, for giving your today for our tomorrow. This is my whānau story. 3 generations showing our past, present, and future contributions to race unity. In the words of our rangatira, Sir Apirana Mahuika, e tū ki te kei o te waka, kia pā kia koe e ngā ngaru o te wā. Stand at the stern of the canoe and feel the spray of the future biting at your face. E te iwi, kua tai mai te wā, māranga mai, māranga mai, māranga mai. To the people, the time has arrived. Wake up, arise.